All right.
Yeah.
So we are live now in yet another episode of Roads and Travel by Ing That Matters. And this is your host, Shireen Ishan. And today, this is actually a Christmas week special episode where we have Dr. K.R. Anandi with us. She is actually a celebrity in herself. She is a dentist. She is a socialite. She is a philanthropist, and there's a lot more that we got to know about her. And let me give you a small introduction about her. She has actually graduated from the Tamil Nadu Dental College, and she has also worked as a lecturer at the Balaji Dental College and also the Satyabama Dental College. And she's also the president of the Rotary Club of Meenambakam in Chennai. And she has also conducted a lot of medical and dental camps, free medical and dental camps in and around Chennai. That's her, the social activist in her. And that's actually quite a full of profile, Dr. Anandi. How is
Thank
that
you
being a
so much.
dentist? Yeah. So, no, the reason that I had come to you that you'll have to come, as a guest on the show of Roads and Travel is because I have been researching about you and following your work. You are a dentist. You have also taught in colleges. You are also a social activist. So how do you find time for so much to do and so much to give? Because being a dentist itself would have been your schedule would have been full. So how do you
Yes.
find time for all the rest of the things?
Okay. So my main focus is, of course, my profession, that is dentistry. So that
Right.
is my main focus, and my teaching is also a part of it. I was only teaching dentistry, so it
Okay.
was all a part of it. So that teaching and the practice was always combined. So this social activity started a little late in my life. That is when my kids grew up and my practice was established. So then I had little time to do other activities. That is when all the social activities started through Rotary, Nerville, and other organizations, and personally also through my clinic. Also, we do a lot of camps. How do I find time? It is all time management. I think that is the only word. Uh, of course, practice is always the main focus, but we do take time once in a while to do other activities. There should be some purpose in life, like it cannot be just your
Right.
practice. You can't keep earning money, you should feel
Right.
good at the end of the day.
Right.
So we have to do this. We have to, like, you can't be like a machine, like working from morning to night. So you have to divert yourself a little on the nicer aspects of life other than on.
ஆக்சுவலி நான் கொஞ்சம் உங்களோட ப்ரொஃபைல் பத்தி பேசும்போது நான் உங்களை வெல்கம் பண்ண மறந்துட்டேன். வெல்கம் டு தி ஷோ.
Thank you
இப்பதான்
so
எனக்கு
much.
ஆக்சுவலி ஞாபகம் வந்தது. A very warm welcome to the show, Dr. Anandi. My
Thank you.
apologies. I haven't told that earlier. Okay, you had told me about time management. Like, நீங்க வந்துட்டு like can you tell me how your journey like it started? You started off as a dentist. You wanted to be a dentist. You
No,
were a
no, no.
dentist. Correct.
I didn't want to be a dentist actually.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
was like the Tamil tradition, mostly in South India. Here, when the 10th, vandale, 11th, 12th, if you are at least 70, 80%, you have to take science. They wouldn't give you
Yes.
an option at all. So I belong
Right.
to those period where you are brilliant only if you took a science stream. So I was forced to take a science stream, and not forced exactly, but that was the norm. I didn't even think otherwise. It was like, then, of course, then once you're on a science stream, you apply for all the entrance exams. Professional, your first choice is engineering, medicine. So that is how I wrote
Correct.
all the entrance. And of course, I got selected except for my MBBS. Like, I think I got selected for everything else, BDS, veterinary. And since I got selected, okay, so I think this is more of my father's dream than my dream, to become a doctor, and a very obedient doctor, I suppose. So uh, I did have major dreams as such then. Like, I didn't have any very good focus in life, though I had this thought that I should become an administrative IAS officer, but I wasn't even working hard for it. So this so happened that I ended up in dentistry because I happened to score some marks. So I ended up in dentistry. But after I joined dentistry, the moment I realized what this is all about, the college I studied in Madras Medical College, the feel of the college, and then my interest in dentistry started. So throughout my 5 years, I enjoyed studying. I really worked hard, though it was not my actual dream to become a dentist. But the course itself was a very interesting course. There was a lot of practicals to it. There was a lot of medicine to it. It was a very combination of art and engineering and chemistry, physics. We had everything there. So from there, my journey started. Okay, then I realized I am going to be a dentist. I don't have much options since I've joined dentistry, and then from there, I think my journey started.
You said you wanted to be an IAS officer, right? Was that your, dream or your interest, if I can call it?
Yes, yes,
Asam interest.
I'm as such, I'm kind of a very peppy person. I'm a little bossy, like, I prefer being, I
Okay.
was the school class leader always, and I was in NSS. So I think for me, my kind of character, I sort of pictured myself there, administration. So that was always been my dream or thought, like, I will land up somewhere in administration, either an IPS or an IAS, somewhere there. But once I joined dentistry, my focus changed. I didn't go that side. I focused only on the medicine side.
Right. So actually நீங்க சொன்னீங்க like because you scored marks in the entrance exam, you thought you would give it a shot at dentistry, but I know how hard is that. அது எக்ஸாம் எழுதுறவங்களுக்கு தெரியும் அது எவ்வளவு கஷ்டம்னு. நீங்க அசால்ட்டா சொல்லிட்டீங்க நான் மார்க்ஸ் ஸ்கோர் பண்ணிட்டேன் அதனால நான் வந்துட்டு
Sometimes I regret, maybe if I hadn't scored IAS dream வந்து click ஆயிருக்கலாம். I have to join some arts college and it would have been easy to pursue my IAS dreams.
Right, but it involves a lot of hard work. I know that.
Yeah, that's also like of course my parents are. I belong to a society or the people around me where like my father was a government servant, so we didn't have any much of distraction those days. We didn't have much option, so studying was the only option we had. I think most of us were doing that thing. So எனக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்ட மாதிரிலாம் எனக்கு தோணல. Like I worked very hard, I studied very hard. I seriously don't have that feeling. I studied, I got marks. That is all it is all about.
Okay. That's how the studious student.
Maybe we had a very good school, good teachers, parents. Like the whole ambience or atmosphere was very. It gave that feel to study more.
Right. So, doctor, you are actually a successful dentist. After once you completed your studies, you got into dentistry. You were a successful dentist. How did this, being a social, activist or giving back to the society, how did that thought come into you? Because dentist vele vanditu would have filled up your
Yes.
time, your patience. You were also conducting camps. If
Yes.
I'm not wrong, you were also conducting medical camps, so besides all that, how did you find time to join the Rotary Club as the president, or to do all the kind of social work that you do? How did that deviation or that change happen in your life?
So initially, I would say first 10 to 15 years, I was only doing more of dentistry only, because I was into teaching also. Till the time I was into teaching, I didn't have much time to socialize. Then at one point of my time when my kids were growing, when my son came to 10th standard, I had to concentrate more on my kids. So teaching actually was very time consuming. And we had to go to the college at 7:30 to 3:30, and it was very time consuming. So at one stage, I decided, though teaching was a passion, at one stage I decided that I will not do teaching more because it was taking. So then it was only clinical practice. Once I started concentrating on my clinical practice, that is when I saw a lot of people were not able to afford treatments, affordability and awareness towards dentistry. So when I started concentrating on a practice, I saw even as a business, the reason why we were not getting patients, the main reason was awareness. People don't think it is important to save their teeth. ரொம்ப பல்லு வலி வந்தா we just go extract the teeth. I think most people
even
know
literate people, they don't care about their
இதுல வந்து literate, illiterate, educated, not educated, rich, அந்த கேட்டகரியே கிடையாது. Everybody had the same level of awareness.
Yes,
awareness was very less. That is when I thought, even as a business, if I need to pick up my practice, I need to reach out to the society. There is no point in me sitting in one place and expecting everybody to come to me. So unless and until there is a change in the society, of course, a lot of dentists were also doing that. So and the perception about dentistry, that need about dentistry, the importance of dentistry, புரிஞ்சா மட்டுமே தான் we will have patients. So my social activity started like that even before joining Rotary other things. We used to do a lot of camps. Personally, we used to do a clinic side. This was to create awareness and to tell patients that there are a lot of different types of treatment in dentistry. There is a misconception dentistry la romba costly அப்படின்றதுனாலே நிறைய பேர் வந்து they don't get a lot of treatments done. So அந்த ஒரு misconception அந்த ஒரு myth I need to break, that it is not all that expensive, it is affordable அப்படின்ற I had to reach to the society. So that is how once I started going into the society, ஒரு camp ரெண்டு camp பண்ண பிறகு then people started calling me because there was so much of a need for this awareness and camps in the society. So that is how this journey started. So இன்னும் சொல்ல போனா இது எதையுமே தனித்தனியா பிரிக்க முடியாது. Like as you say, like my camp or my social activity or clinic, everything is interrelated. எதுவுமே வந்து ஒரு தனி என்டைட்டி கிடையாது. நான் பண்ற கேம்ப்ஸ் சோஷியல் ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸ் எவ்ரிதிங் பாத்தீங்கன்னா இட் இஸ் சார்ட் ஆஃப் ரிலேட்டட் டு மை பிசினஸ், டு மை கிளினிக். இட் இஸ் ஆல் சிங்கிள் என்டைட்டியா தான் நான் பாக்குறேன். ஐ டோன்ட் லுக் அட் இட் அஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் என்டைட்டிஸ் அப்படின்னு பாக்குற இல்லாததுனால மேபி எனக்கு வந்து அந்த ஒரு டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஃபீல் கிடையாது. ஈவன் when I'm doing a social activities, of course it is connected to my clinic. அப்படின்றதுனால when you look at everything as one single entity, it is easy to focus.
Because your social activity is also involved with your job that you are doing.
Yes, it is.
So it is interconnected. All right. So, doctor, you were telling me now that there's no awareness about the dental health. So, how do you think we can create awareness? Probably for our audience, you can just share your experience or the tips as to how how important is dental health, and so that people at least can watch and learn.
Yes, like lot of them think since teeth can be extracted, they think அது வந்து ஒரு extra word or organ of the body அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறாங்க. But பல் போனா சொல் போச்சுன்னு பழமொழி இருக்கு. It is not only about the speech. Digestion starts from your oral cavity.
Right.
Okay, your digestion, the food we eat. So teeth வந்து அழகுக்காக மட்டுமல்ல, there is a function to the teeth. So that is what actually matters. It is not the cosmetic aspect. Cosmetic is one aspect of dentistry, but there is a function to a teeth. பல்லுக்கு ஒரு காரணம் இருக்கு. So that is mainly digestion, chewing. பல் மில்றது மட்டும் கிடையாது. மில்றச்ச வாயில வந்து you get the enzymes that are secreted. Those enzymes, that is where your digestion starts. So teeth is important to everybody. அது வந்து குழந்தையில even if you're 70 years, 80 years, you have to save your teeth, because that is when I say after 50, 60 years is when your digestion starts coming down. The capacity to digest food starts coming down. That is when you actually need your teeth. So people think I'm 50 years, I'm 60 years, why do I need a teeth? So I tell all my patients, audience, everybody, teeth is necessary. 80 வயசு 90 வயசு whatever be it your age. Okay, healthier to live, have a healthy living. You need to digest your food properly. To digest, you need to chew your food properly. So please do. Yeah. So please do preserve your teeth. This is one thing. So once you decide to preserve your teeth, then you will find ways. You will automatically go to a dentist. In the concept, வந்து பல்ல எடுத்துறலாம் அப்படின்ற கான்செப்டே தப்பு. That is the worst case scenario. When nothing else is possible is when you extract your teeth. So we are towards conservative dentistry, preserving the teeth, conserving the teeth. அதுதான் main focus. Dentistக்கும் இருக்கணும், patientsக்கும் இருக்கணும்.
Right. Doctor, when you are telling me that how important the dental health is all about, like patients who come to you, avanga vandu how do they take it, or the camps that you go ahead and perform, how has been the response like? Because the camps are free camps, they don't pay for it. How is the response of the people when you go ahead and put the free medical camps or the dental camps for their own good, for the for the good of the people? How is the response like?
Yeah, a lot of people keep ignoring their dental health. Only one the time issue. Like when and this labor or single day leave doctor is an issue. So they keep avoiding dentist and fear. Main reason people don't go to the dentist is fear. One is cost, one is fear. So the moment we go see them, we talk to them, we approach them, once they get comfortable with us, and the fear first போயிடுது. So first is to elevate the fear. So once they don't have the fear, then they talk to us, they tell us their problems, and we give them a solution. The solution, this is, we don't do treatments in the camp. We tell them that these kind of treatments are possible. நிறைய பேருக்கு வந்து இந்த மாதிரி ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்ஸ் சம்திங் கால்ட் ரூட் கெனால் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்ஸ்னே தெரியாது, that they can get their teeth fixed with the there are a lot of treatments that has not reached the society. நிறைய ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கிறதே நிறைய பேருக்கு தெரியாது. So we tell them these treatments are the options, these are the options that is available for you. அது சொன்ன பிறகு then of course சொல்ற நிறைய பேருக்கான இவ்வளவு நாள் எங்களுக்கு தெரியல அப்படின்றதுனால தான் நாங்க இதை பண்ணிக்கலாம் அப்படின்னா. So this awareness, இந்த மாதிரி ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கதே தெரியாது அப்படின்றதுதான் நிறைய பேர்த்தோட கருத்தா இருக்கும். So the moment we explain the treatments to them, we give them options. See, if you don't have a teeth, you can have either a removable one. It doesn't necessarily have to be a costly affair. There are cheaper options. So we give them all the options possible. We tell them there are cheaper options. You can have a removable denture. You can have acrylic denture. There are other possibilities. So the moment we explain the treatment possibilities and also the importance of teeth and how that can change their health and lifestyle, particularly for diabetic patients. If you're not chewing your food properly, your sugar will automatically increase. So இதெல்லாம் சொன்ன பிறகு அந்த ஒரு புரிதல், once they understand the importance and the treatment possibilities, it definitely helps them in taking better care of their dental health.
It's a very good point, doctor, because even myself, even I was thinking like, the dental health, it involves a lot of money. It's a very costly affair. Like,
Yes.
so, only if you have a do or die situation, you'll have to go to the dentist. Otherwise, if you can manage, you can stay back. That is what even my, view was until I spoke to you now. So thank you so much for that awareness, during this live show.
Yes.
All right. So when we're talking about dental health, even if you don't have any, issues with your, the teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're able to hear me?
Yeah, I can continue.
Okay. So even when you don't have any issues with your teeth or something, is the regular, checkup, as you do a regular checkup for your body, your system, is a regular, checkup necessary for the dental health also?
Yes. Teeth பொறுத்த வரைக்கும், because it is there in the oral cavity, it is not something like a hand which you see, கையில ஒரு சின்ன rash வந்தா கூட நமக்கு immediate தெரிஞ்சிடும். But teeth, unless until you focus on it, you will not notice most of the things. And oral cavity is little complicated. It has both soft tissues and it has both hard tissue. It has two different types of tissue, and saliva எப்பயுமே இருக்கும். It's a wet medium. Okay, so every once in 6 months, it is mandatory that you visit the dentist. Most of the issues, it is not easy for you to find out by yourself. Interdental cavities or gums issues for a naked eye, it is not visible sometimes. You may need an X-ray or you may need an expert eye to look at the issues. And most of the dental issues, starting from gum issues to teeth issues, cavities and everything, it can be corrected easily if found at the initial stage. So what we stress to everybody, whatever be the age, right from 6 months, that stage, what we really stress is get a dental checkup done once in 6 months. Treatment just visit your dentist, ask him or her to examine your teeth. அதோட கண்டிஷன் தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் நீங்க எப்பனாலும் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஓகே, ஸோ பல்ல பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் இட் இஸ் நாட் ஈஸி ஃபார் யூ டு ஃபைண்ட் அவுட். நமக்கே கண்ணாடியில போய் ரொம்ப பார்த்தா தான் தெரியும். அஃப்கோர்ஸ் யூ கேன் செல்ஃப் செக் பண்ணலாம். யூ கேன் ஆல்வேஸ் லுக் அட் யுவர் மிரர் அண்ட் see if you have any bleeding. The first check we do at home is to see if you are bleeding while brushing. That is the first symptom of gum issues. Okay, so the first thing you do is check for bleeding gums. If you have bleeding gums, visit your dentist. Then is dark spots or brown stains in the teeth, which could be a starting of a dental caries. Okay, the other factor you check is food impaction. Whenever you eat, if your food is getting impacted, you need to visit your dentist. And of course, pain and sensitivity. These are the main complaints that we'll always find. So look out for gum bleeding, any stains or black marks on your teeth. any food impaction, if you're having any sensitivity or pain, visit your dentist immediately. Even otherwise, if you don't have even any issues, please do visit your dentist once in 6 months. That is not much, once in 6 months, just go for a very small checkup. That is it. So this is the prevention care we always tell everybody.
So guys, you hear the doctor say you will have to visit the dentist once in 6 months. So that's Dr. Anandi telling you. So hereafter, please do follow and don't neglect your dental health. It is as important as any other part of your body. So do not neglect that, because there are a lot of issues that involves your teeth which you might not know, you might not notice, but your doctor, your dentist will do that for you. So do visit a dentist, your nearby dentist, once in 6 months, just to know how your the dental health is. All right. Doctor, now let's talk about your the social activist in you that is there.
Okay.
So now we have spoken a lot about the dental health and how you came up to become a dentist. Now let's talk about the socialite in you, or the social activist in you. You have been performing a lot of camps, the dental camps, medical camps, and you're also the president of the Rotary Club of Meenambakam in Chennai, and also you're also a member of the Inner Wheels Club.
Yes.
You're also a member there, yeah. So how did that happen, doctor?
Okay, Rotary just happened because I was introduced by a friend to Rotary. And I thought, instead of, when you want to do social activities or when you want to reach to more people, it is easy to reach to an organization than as an individual. So that is how I joined Rotary. And it's been 3 years since I joined Rotary. And of course, I'm of Rotary Club of Meenambakam. So through Rotary Club, we do a lot of activities. Apart from dental, we do a lot of distribution of food and surgeries, toilets, building toilets for schools. There are a lot of other activities we do through Rotary. So after joining Rotary, I could do other kind of activities apart from my dental camps.
Right. So a lot of other social activities other than medical camps that you have been performing with Rotary. That's a very, very commendable thing. In spite of your schedule and everything, you have been finding time to do all these things is very, very commendable actually. All right. So doctor, you were also teaching, right? You were also teaching dentistry at colleges. So you're not teaching as yet, right? That was before.
No, now I am not teaching, not for the past few years.
Yeah. So how did that? How did you venture into that teaching? How did you think that okay, I can do the teaching also in spite of you being a dentist yourself?
Okay, so teaching, I think it's a part of every doctor, because we keep educating our patients. Right. So I think teaching will come out to most of the directors, and I had a passion for administration, like teaching, those kind of lines where I could communicate with a lot of people. So I always had a passion towards that, and teaching also was a passion. So then, and teaching was one way that I could increase my knowledge too.
Right.
So interacting with those students, and like when we're taking classes, we revisit what we studied in college. So I thought, okay, for me to get teaching, actually, I went into teaching, not, of course, though it was a passion, it was more to educate myself. Right. So I thought teaching was a way where I could learn more. I learned more there in the colleges, while I was teaching the students. So that is how teaching was very mutual. I learned from the students, and the students learned from us.
Right, right. So actually a very good thing to know from a teacher, that the benefit was mutual, like, because very few teachers.
Always mutual. We learn a lot from the students. When we are doing exhibitions or camps, and when they are doing posters, or when we are helping them, we also get involved. We also start thinking in a new way of new line. So I found a lot of new. I learned a lot from my students. I'll definitely say that.
Right. So, all right. So, doctor, you also give a lot of motivational speeches to the entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what kind of? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, though I'm a dentist, okay, this is again a business, running a clinic. is a business. To be successful dentist, even if you are looking at serving a lot of people, unless and until you have a proper setup, if you're not able to run this setup, you cannot be a successful dentist at all. So initially, even I couldn't get the hang of this business. So we were doing a lot of camps. There are a lot of aspects to running a clinic, running an establishment. It involves like as good as any small business. You have finances, you have staff, you have PR, you have HR. Every aspect of a business, it is applicable to a dental clinic. So I realized that a little late. I had to learn that by myself. And being a woman also was difficult establishing myself. It is we always have, like ஆத்துல ஒரு கால் சேத்துல ஒரு கால்ன்ற மாதிரி family on one side and your career on the other side. That balancing. I also learned, like with committing a lot of mistakes. After committing a lot of mistakes, I did learn the balancing of my family and my career, and also the hang of running a dental clinic as a business. So then I thought, since I didn't get much help, once I was successful, there are a lot of people were asking me questions like, how do you manage family? How do you manage business? And how is it as a woman to establish yourself in the society? And how do I get into social activities? How do I manage people? So that is how my motivational talk was. A lot of people asking. Then I started doing Facebook Live. I thought, okay, this message, whatever, if I can be an inspiration to at least one woman or anybody doing into business, I thought that is what my success is actually.
Yes.
All the success that I've gained, I said I should pass it on to somebody. So it was like answering to a lot of questions which I had, which I couldn't find. It took a lot of time for me to find those answers. So those answers, I have ready-made answers now to run a business, to survive as a woman in a business world, and how to balance family. So those things that I learned, I thought I will share it with everybody. If somebody can benefit out of it, that makes me happy.
Because there are a lot of people who wouldn't share their, the success story or the success mantra or the tips and tricks. There are very few people who do that, and maybe you are actually, one among them. That's
Yes,
actually.
Yes, I
Yeah.
had so much of a difficulty. There was nobody to guide me. There was no social media then. When I started business, social media was not there so much. So we didn't have all these motivation classes going on. So it took a lot of time for me to learn. So now with social media, it's easy to reach people. So I think I should, what was the difficult journey for me? If I can make it easy for somebody, that serves the purpose here.
Doctor, when we talk about the motivating entrepreneurs, our audience are actually there are women entrepreneurs who are probably watching us right now, or who will watch us later when the episode will stream on the YouTube channel. If you will have to say, share a few tips with them as far as a startup by a woman entrepreneur is concerned, what would be those tips that you would want to share it with them?
Okay. First tip that I would tell all women, that once you decide to become an entrepreneur, you are an entrepreneur. Don't expect any leniency just because you are a woman. You have to fight it out equally with everybody there. So most women think, since I am a woman, I can't do this. Don't expect sympathy from anybody. Once you are into the business world, you are a business. Don't call yourself business woman. You are a business person. That's what I would say. So get ready to fight it out. Of course, there are few difficulties that women face which men do not have, like the responsibility of family, pregnancy, kids. Yes, we do have some special issues which you need to address. So you need to be little more stronger, little more planned, and knowledge. Do not venture into anything that you do not have a knowledge about. Okay, so first thing is gain knowledge and know that it is going to be difficult. It is not going to be easy path. Everybody thinks success comes in a day. For those who are there out there who thinks I'm a success, it was not an easy path at all. It took me a lot of learning, a lot of failure to come to this stage. So now business pona udane don't think you can be a success. You need patience, you need sustenance, you should be there. So learn all the ropes. All the business women, a lot of women like say just only because I'm a woman, I don't get certain things. Okay, so it will be a difficult path for women rather than men. Okay, so just be ready for it. Don't expect sympathy. Just keep working. Hard work. Hard work is all that is going to help you.
So, guys, Dr. Anandi is also a motivational speaker. That is why this question I had, asked her for you, to know as to how you can grow yourself or equip yourself in life and business. So she has, shared a few tips with you, and I hope you guys will follow that in your business as well as in your life. Do not expect sympathy from anybody. That's actually, that has to be your tagline, both
Yes,
in personal life as well as in professional life. It works both ways. That's what
definitely.
I believe in.
Yes, yes, yes. Never ever put yourself in a victim position.
Yes,
So I tell
especially
everybody.
in personal life. Don't do
Yes,
that.
yes, yes. All
And
of us have this victim mentality, I'm suffering because somebody else is doing wrong to me. Come out of it. Never ever be the victim anywhere.
right. Doctor, I wanted to ask you, since you are, also a social activist, a socialite, and a motivational speaker, what do you think, women empowerment is all about? There is, talk about women empowerment. எல்லாருமே அதை பத்தி பேசுறாங்க. அது பேசினா வந்துட்டு ஒரு அது பயங்கரமா ஒரு ஃபேன்சி வேர்டு மாதிரி இருக்கு. எல்லாருமே அது மீனிங் தெரியுமா தெரியாதான்னு தெரியாது. பட் எல்லாருமே அதை பத்தி வந்துட்டு பேசிட்டு இருப்பாங்க, எழுதுறாங்க. Like, what do you think, actually that is all about?
Women empowerment is not about women working. I think there's a confusion there. Women வந்து வேலைக்கு போயிட்டா they become empoweredனே கிடையாது.
Correct.
The day you are able to take individual decisions for yourself, that is when you become empowered. So I tell even housewives can be an empowered women.
Right.
If they can take their own decisions for themselves, if they can live with dignity, and if they can command respect, you need to command respect. Everybody should respect you. Okay, that is what women's empowerment about. It is not about your earning, it is not about your studies, your degrees, or like the amount of money you have. It is not at all. Every woman can be empowered in whatever world you are living in. You could be a housewife, you could be educated, you could be not educated, you could be working, irrespective of all this. Okay, so women empowerment is basically earning respect. Nobody is going to give you respect. You have to earn your respect. So that is what women empowerment to me is that if you are able to take decisions for yourself and for your family and for the society also, that is what thinking on your own. I think that's the easiest way to say. If you are allowed to think on your own, you are an empowered woman.
Doctor, you had, when you're talking about women empowerment, you said when you are allowed to think on your own. Why do you think, somebody should allow women to, think on, her own? Can't she think for herself?
Yes, in our society, எவ்வளவுதான் நம்ம வந்து we are in the 2021, we still live in a patriarchal society. I, being a Tamilian and a South Indian,
Right.
I will say that we still live in a patriarchal society.
Correct.
I have seen most women, not only my mother, my grandmother, I'm seeing my friends, and people younger to me, they don't think for themselves. Somebody is making the decision whether they should work or not.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's why I said taking decision. When you have the ability to make a decision, you are empowered. Most women do not think on their own. I have seen women wearing colors that only their husbands like.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
right
Yes.
from the color of the dress, right from their
Can't
hairstyle, right
agree
from
more.
yes, right from whether they can wear kajal or not, right from their அவங்க அம்மா வீட்டுக்கு போறதுக்கு, even to visit their parents or to help their parents or even to buy a dress for their own children. Women are still in a position to asking permission to somebody.
என்ன மாதிரி ஹேர் ஸ்டைல் பண்ணணும், லிப்ஸ்டிக்
எல்லாமே இப்பொழுது ஒரு
போடலாமா
நைட்
இல்லையா,
8 மணி,
அது
yes,
கூட
how many,
பெர்மிஷன் கேட்பாங்க.
yes, yes, how many women at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock can just pick up your handbag and say நான் வெளியே போயிட்டு வரேன் அப்படின்னு ஒரு வார்த்தையோட வெளியில போக முடியும்?
Correct.
You cannot do that. எங்க போறீங்க, யார் கூட போறீங்க, எதுக்கு போறீங்க, அதுக்கு permission. So
Exactly.
most women, I am in our country are in that state. That's why I said start thinking on your own. Start making your own decisions. I think we are all grown-ups. I say even 35 plus 40, 18 வயசு பசங்க கூட இப்பெல்லாம் ஈஸியா வெளியில போறோம்னு சொல்லிட்டு they go for a night out.
ஆமா.
But
Right.
a married woman do that. Even youngsters are doing that. But once a woman is married, she loses all her freedom mostly. So that is where I say,
yeah.
Yes, continue.
No, you continue, doctor.
No, that's why I said I'm stressing again on think on your own, make your own decisions. So this is what I tell women.
But then think on your own, like how you said, like they are not allowed to think on their own. The kind of families that we live in India, even if that woman has the capacity or ability to think and act on her own, probably she's not allowed to, do that. Probably somebody else takes decisions for her, as you said. So அது வந்துட்டு ஒரு பெரிய hindrance மாதிரி ஆயிடுது. Even if she is capable enough, she is not able to portray that, or she is not able to display her talent, or she is not able to convey.
So yeah, that is because நம்ம வந்து ஒரு comfortable zoneல வந்துறோம்டா. When somebody is doing things for us, we are not fighting for it. When somebody is taking the decisions, most women are in this comfortable zone where they feel secure, protected, and taken care of. Okay, so we think like, and the that misconception that men or somebody else should take care of us. Right. So in most scenarios, it is like not that somebody is stopping you from thinking. It is that they put us in a comfort zone where we stop thinking by ourselves, because it is the most easiest thing to do. So yes, there are certain
misconception வெச்சுக்கறாங்க அப்படினாக்கா, taking care and loving somebody is not the same as thinking and taking decisions on your own. They think வேற யாராவது நமக்கு decisions எடுத்தாங்க அப்படினாக்கா, they are caring for us or they love us. அந்த மாதிரி
தங்க சங்கிலின்வாங்க, it's a golden chain that women have. Okay, because they are taken care of, they get everything they want, so they get used to listening to somebody.
Right.
So that is where I said you start thinking on your own. And the comfort zone we should come out. So it is a difficult journey. So in the comfort zone you should come out. So how do you come out of the comfort zone? How will you be allowed to think on your own? You have to prove yourself. You should have the ability and capacity to do something for yourself. It could be a business, it could be an art, it could be a speech, it could be a YouTube channel, it could be anything. But you have to prove that you are capable. அப்பதானே தானா மரியாதை வரும். I will not do anything. I'll only keep sitting at home, decked up, and please respect me. And nobody is going to respect you.
Yes.
You have to prove yourself. That I again and again I'm stressing. This proving yourself is not about education. படிப்பு பத்தி நான் பேசல. நீங்க எவ்வளவு சம்பாதிக்கிறீங்கன்னு பத்தி பேசல. உங்களோட talent, உங்களோட தனித்திறமை, your individuality. Please do prove that. That it could be even your sense of dressing. It could be your cooking. It could be anything. Okay, and the individuality, develop an individuality for yourself. Start. So I think you have to prove yourself. You have to break this barrier in the comfort zone. You should come out. And adhe mari victim. My mother-in-law is saying this. My husband is saying this. Start arguing. Start fighting. Start talking out. I think most women's suicides are happening because we don't talk out. We don't say like we are under stress. We are under pressure. So start explaining yourself. உங்களுக்கு என்ன வேணும் அப்படின்றத நீங்க முதல்ல எல்லாருக்கும் சொல்லுங்க. அதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் அது கிடைக்குதா கிடைக்கலையானே நமக்கு தெரியும். So first start asking, question yourself, question others, start argument, start talking more.
The problem is பேசுறதுக்கே வந்துட்டு இவங்களுக்கு ஒரு தனி மோட்டிவேஷன் தேவைப்படுது. அதுக்கு அப்புறம் அவங்க அத பேசி அவங்களுக்கு அது கிடைக்குதா கிடைக்கலையா அப்படிங்கிறது
வந்து அவங்க பிரச்சனை என்னன்னே புரியறது இல்ல. அவங்களுக்கு என்ன வேணும்னு அவங்களுக்கே தெரியறது இல்ல.
தெரியாது.
What will make them happy அப்படினே தெரியாது. வேலைக்கு போனா நீங்க சந்தோஷமா ஆயிடுவீங்களா? They go for work, they are still unhappy. காசு இருந்தா சந்தோஷமா இருப்பீங்களா? They still have not found out what happiness is all about.
வீட்ல ஹஸ்பண்ட் இல்ல மாமியார் வந்துட்டு வேலைக்கு போ சம்பாரி அப்படின்னு சொன்னாக்கா they'll happily go and work whether or not they like or they don't
like. They don't work happily. When they say like I'm forced to earn அப்படின்னு ஒரு issue வந்துரும்.
Right.
So it is not about going out and working. It's about what you want. You want to work, you should be able to work.
Yes.
It is not about others dictating. உங்களுக்கு வேலைக்கு போகணும்.
Be a housewife, be a housewife.
Yes, be a housewife. That's exactly what I tell everybody. If you think you have finance வந்து வீட்ல நல்லா இருக்கு, no financial issues, and you are happy being a housewife, you are happy taking care of your children, do that happily.
That also is not actually a very small.
No, that is the most difficult job.
Being a housewife.
Yeah. ஸோ எல்லாருக்குமே இந்த ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு ஹவுஸ் ஒய்ஃப் அப்படின்னா லைக் தே டோன்ட் ஃபீல் எம்பவர்ட். So I am telling each and every housewife is also empowered as far as you are taking decisions at home by yourself. You are doing it willingly by yourself. You are still an empowered woman.
Right. That's a very nice discussion, Dr. And this, the question about women empowerment, because if every women or even men who are watching, they'll be able to relate to it. இது வந்து எல்லார் வீட்லயும் நடக்கிற ஒரு விஷயம் தான்.
Men we should say, please let women think on their own.
Yes.
I think this message also should be taken forward.
Yes. Men who are also watching this, please be a little sensitive towards, the women's feelings, know what they want, and please let them be as they want to be. If they want to work, let them work.
Yeah, men think like taking care of a woman means loving her. It is like, if you really love somebody, give them the private space they need. உங்களுக்கு நான் நல்லா வச்சிருக்கேன், நான் வந்து I buy her jewels, I buy her saree, I take her out, I do everything. That is not actual love. If you really care for your wife or you love for your wife, let her think on her own, give her her own space. ஒரு இண்டிவிஜுவலா அவங்கள தனியா ஃபங்க்ஷன் பண்ண விடுறது தான் I think is the best way of loving somebody.
See, அது வந்துட்டு like it will not just help for to make her career decisions when she probably thinks on her own. It will actually help her in the long run. Tomorrow you may or may not be around her. She has to take care of herself. She has to be brave enough. So and the reason
it will help in a day-to-day affair. A happy woman means a happy family. So if she is happy, you are going to be happy. Men, they take a lot of pressure on themselves. Trying to protect their women. I think you don't even have to be so protective.
Right. You can actually share your responsibilities or share your stress. So that ரெண்டு பேரும் சேர்ந்து decision எடுத்தாக்க probably that pressure will come down.
So see, a lot of men they don't, not that I'm saying they they're trying to be protective and they get overprotective. So
they actually try to be protective, and also they think women அந்த அளவு யோசிக்க மாட்டாங்க, அவ்ளோ அவங்களுக்கு வந்துட்டு IQ லெவல் அவங்களுக்கு கம்மி அப்படி
வைஃப்னா முட்டாள் அப்படி முடிவே பண்ணிடுவாங்க.
Right. That's what I wanted to say. அவ்ளோ அந்த IQ level அவங்களுக்கு இருக்காது அப்படின்னு அவங்களே நினைச்சுக்குவாங்க, even before she can tell that what she is like. Right. All right. So when we are talking about women empowerment and men backing women and all that, how has your journey been, Doctor? How far you have received support or help from your immediate family when you wanted to pursue your dreams?
Okay. Of course, my father has been very supportive in my education part of it. So more than my mother, of course, I have had the support from my father. So that was my support during education. So I got married immediately after my college. So yes, my husband has been supportive, but not always. Okay, sometimes yes, நீங்க சொல்ற மாதிரி இந்த society is such that where women தான் certain விஷயங்கள் பண்ணணும். In the issues, I think most of the women face பண்ற எல்லா issues-ம் நான் face பண்ணிருக்கேன். Though he was supportive, but not always. எல்லா நேரத்திலும் supportive-ஆ இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. So அங்கதான் I said I had to prove myself. I had to prove that I am doing something valid outside home.
Right.
Okay, so you have to prove yourself. It took time for my husband, my in-laws, or even my son and daughter to realize that Amma is doing something important. She needs to be respect. That respect has to be earned. It doesn't come in a day. வந்த உடனே எல்லாரும் எல்லா சப்போர்ட்டையும் தூக்கி உங்க கையில கொடுத்துட மாட்டாங்க. There were bad days. There were days when I have really cried. There were days I have fought. So எனக்கு I could have taken the easy way out. எங்க ஹஸ்பண்ட் கிட்டயோ பசங்கள்ட்டயோ நான் சண்டையே போடாம அவங்க சொல்றதெல்லாம் நான் கேட்டுட்டு இருந்திருக்கலாம். It would have been very easy for me. That is where I had to come out of my comfort zone. Okay, it is okay if I'm a bad wife. It is okay if I'm a bad mother. I don't have to be 100% perfect in all the roles I'm playing. I have a career to do. I have a passion to follow. So I may falter somewhere as a wife, somewhere as a mother.
Right.
Nobody is அந்த 100% perfect wife அந்த நம்ம எல்லாத்துக்கும் அந்த tag தேவைப்படுது. அந்த perfect mother and the perfect wife அது அங்கதான் எல்லாருமே தப்பு பண்ணிடுறோம். அந்த towards perfection as a wife, as a mother, as a daughter-in-law or whatever it is, அங்க போறச்ச of course career and your passion, your thinking, everything takes a backseat. So at some point I realized, yes, I am giving my kids, my husband, the best I can, but definitely not 100%. Nobody can do that. Not husbands or also don't do that. So
Yes.
I learned balancing. See, this is what I am. நான் வீட்ல இருக்க நேரம் I will do all this for me. Okay, I am going to my clinic. Maybe I'll put a cook instead of, myself there. So சில விஷயங்கள்ல, yes, I had to do a lot of sacrifices. There are times when kids fall sick, I had to be in clinic. அந்த மாதிரி sacrifices நிறைய இடத்துல பண்ண வேண்டி இருந்தது. அதுதான் சொல்றேன், it is not easy. So if everybody thinks I had a very good support system and that, I didn't have that kind of stuff. I had all the issues that all women face with their in-laws, with their husbands, with their parents, with their kids. So it took a lot of time for me and a lot of integrity, a lot of strength. நிறைய நேரங்கள்ல சண்டை வரும். அந்த சண்டை sometimes avoid பண்ண முடியாது. I had to do it. There are times I had to be tough with my kids, with my husband, with everybody. அந்த ஸ்டேஜ் எல்லாம் cross பண்ணி கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா அவங்களுக்கு புரியறதுக்கு லேட் ஆகும். But you don't lose your focus. You don't give up. That's what I tell all women. வீட்டுல சண்டை வருது, வீட்டுல சின்னதா பிரச்சனை வருது அப்படின்றதுனால நான் வேலையை விட்டுட்டேன் அப்படின்னு பண்ணாதீங்க. Face it. அந்த சின்ன சின்ன சண்டைகள் வரட்டும், கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா உங்களை புரிஞ்சுப்பாங்க. Prove yourself, explain yourself, and make them understand this career, this business, or this passion is important to you. So அதனாலதான் சொல்றேன், அந்த கம்ஃபர்ட் ஜோன்லயே இருக்க முடியாதுன்னு திருப்பி I use this word, this comfort zone. It will get tougher, it will get ugly. There will be ugly fights, வீட்டுல சண்டை நடக்கும், பசங்க அழுவும், all that will happen. So don't give up. Ultimately they will come to understand.
That's actually a very, very good point that you had told, doctor, that never give up. If you have a passion, if you have a dream that you would want to achieve, just because somebody is your immediate family or somebody is close to you, it is not necessary that they will respect you for who you are. So yes. They won't take it for granted, Mari. We are a family, so whatever you do, I will accept it. அந்த மாதிரி யாருமே இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. So to everybody, be it an outsider or an insider, you will have to prove at every stage. Especially if you're a woman, you will have to prove it at every stage, to your parents or to your husband or to your in-laws, even to your own children.
You have to. That's what
you're capable of. So that's what doctor has also gone through, and that's what she's shared with us right now. And that was actually a very beautiful thing that you're told, that you'd had to prove even to your husband, to your children, what you are capable of, and that you deserve that respect in life. So just because somebody is your husband or your children, they wouldn't respect you just like that. You will have to earn
they will
that.
not. They take you for granted. You don't let anybody take you for granted. அதுதான் சொல்றேன், நீங்க வேலைக்கு போங்க, வேலைக்கு போகாதீங்க, வீட்டுல இருங்க, பட் அந்த மரியாதை குறையாம பார்ப்போம்.
Correct. Thank you so much for all this wonderful tips, doctor, that you have shared with us, regarding, the dental health, the women health as such, as far as the women mental health is concerned. And especially during this pandemic, doctor, how is this pandemic treating you like? And what would you like to say fellow entrepreneurs as to, because a lot of entrepreneurs have actually gone down as the pandemic started. A lot of businesses actually have closed. Few are actually gone down, and they are trying to get up in life with their businesses. So what do you have to say about that? Any kind of motivation that you can give them?
Okay, so this is a pandemic, so this is just not you alone there. Everybody is facing difficulties. சிலர் வெளியில சொல்றாங்க, சிலர் சொல்ல மாட்டேன்றாங்க. That is the only thing. So each and every single person, I think, is facing a difficulty. So how do we deal with this? Yes. So then sitting on thinking about the problem, think of ways to go forward. அடுத்து என்ன பண்ணலாம்? Okay, maybe you can diversify your business or look at new ideas, or you can learn new things. And there நிறைய பேர் have experienced a financial loss. Okay, so அது வந்து don't get demotivated because of it. Business இருந்தாலே, if it was not this pandemic, it could have been something else that could have given you this loss. I have faced a loss. All of us have faced a loss. So எப்படி சரி பண்ணலாம்? How can we deal with it? Maybe take a loan or whatever it is, sell something or something, still again I'm saying this loss should not be a reason to give up on your business. Okay, see how you can manage this financial loss. Take help from friends. Again, I'm saying everybody talk to others. Maybe you will get better ideas. Talk to your family, talk to your friends that your business is suffering. This is what is happening. I need help. அப்படின்றத கேட்டாதான் உங்களுக்கு help கிடைக்கும். And I think this pandemic, what it has taught me is diversify your business. That you should have one or two other ways of income. So if you are good at something else, start doing that. Diversify your business. There are a lot of online opportunities that have come up. A lot of startups. இப்போ கூட இந்த pandemic, there are a lot of people who have started business.
Right.
There are a lot of launches that's happening. There are a lot of openings that is happening. So அதனால how to use இது வந்து has worked best for a lot of people. In the online businesses எல்லாம் have boomed. Okay, so இதோட positive aspects. So we got a lot of time to ourselves. Maybe upgrade yourself, learn new things, look at new businesses, find ways to solve all the existing issues, and keep marching forward. This is not the end of the world.
And how do you think the mental health can be taken care of, doctor? Because you, as a doctor, even as a dentist, you are, but then still you're a doctor. So how do you
Yes,
think
yes.
mental health can be balanced during this pandemic? Because a lot of people, have gone into depression. After this pandemic started, there have been a lot of suicide cases because of this depression. How do you think people can cope up with this and take it in a positive way?
Yeah, see, again, I'm stressing on one point. Please open up, express yourself, talk to everybody. I think this pandemic has given us a time to talk to everybody.
Right.
Getting closer to the family. நிறைய டைம் இருக்குது, ஓடிக்கிட்டே பேச முடியாம ஒர்க் பண்ண போனவங்களுக்கு. So now take time, call your friends, and so the more people you talk to, the more ideas you will get. That is talk to a lot of people, learn. Depression எப்ப வரும்னா only when you're idle, when you think. When do you think the wrong way? Only when you're idle. Okay, there are so many ways to engage yourself at home. Exercise is one thing which is very important to everybody. You can do a lot of home exercises, yoga, and new hobbies. You can learn a lot of new hobbies. எந்த வயசானாலும் maybe இப்போதான் online classes are flourishing. You can learn a keyboard, art, music, dance. Learn something that will make you happy. Life is very short. இதுல depress ஆகிறதுக்கு காரணமே கிடையாது. There are so many ways to come out of it. So depression எப்ப வரும்னா only when you're idle. So don't keep yourself idle. Learn new cooking. If you're a housewife, learn new dishes. Cook something, give it to your friends. Like, அந்த ஒரு friend circle எல்லாருக்குமே வேணும். Keep yourself more engaged. That is where all my social activities or everything come in. When you're doing a lot of things, there you will not get depressed. You find a purpose for your life when you're helping others. ரொம்ப செல்ஃபிஷா நானு என்னோட ஃபேமிலி அப்படின்னு இருந்தோம்னா, of course, that is when you get more depressed. It's a large world out there. There are a lot of people needing help. A lot of people are in a very worse position than you. Look at others below you. Then you will not get depressed. So don't keep yourself idle. Keep doing something, learning, exploring, whatever it is. Keep doing something. Don't keep your mind idle.
So you heard the doctor say, as to how you can deal with depression. So that's Dr. Anandi for you, who has told you as to how you can take care of depression and how you can handle pandemic as far as your business and your entrepreneurship is concerned. And doctor, in the middle of all the things that you do, because your profile is just full of, it is just buzzing with things that there's nothing that you don't do. Because as far as I've researched about you, I was like amazed, like what a woman. She is into everything and you have excelled in everything as such. So when you find your your me time, your free time, what do you do in that? Or if you at all find your me time?
No, this me time is very important for everybody. So if I don't get this me time, I won't be functioning this well. So I do take time off from my family, my clinic. That's why I'm telling you, I don't like, it's not being a mother is not a 365 into 24 hours job. Okay, being a wife also, you need to take time off. I do travel with my friends. I do whatever I wish to do, my shopping or traveling without my family. I do take a break from my practice also, a few days break from practice and from family to do things what I like. So this me time is very, very special to me and very essential to me. I do take a lot of me time off. Maybe sometimes a few hours in a week, sometimes it is 3-4 days, like, it's a long break. So நம்ம எல்லாருமே we all think, the responsibility is what pulls us down. We think நம்ம இல்லைன்னா எதுவுமே உலகத்துல நடக்காது அப்படின்னு நினைச்சுக்கோ. Family will happen, kids will survive, husbands will survive. So please take 3-4 days off. Nothing is going to happen. You'll come back to the same husband and
the
same
world
kids.
will be in the same place
Yes.
that it was.
Yeah.
You can come back and do whatever you will do.
Yes.
Right. So probably that is the main reason why this is everybody's talking about mental health and mental
Yes,
awareness.
depression happens because yes.
அவங்களுக்கு
they feel pressurized. வீட்டை விட்டு போக முடியாது அப்படின்னு அவங்களே நினைச்சுக்கிறாங்க. அந்த pressure and the depression, that is where it starts. Go out, nothing will happen. அதுதான் சொல்லலாம். I'm always again stressing, you don't have to be 100% perfect at all. இந்த perfection aim பண்ணாதீங்க. You have to be perfect in your profession, in your career லாம். But as a person, you don't have to be 100% perfect. You don't have to be the best mother, best daughter-in-law, best wife. Like, we are all humans. அப்படின்றத நினைப்பு வச்சுக்கிட்டாலே போதும். We have personal needs.
That's wonderful advice that you have given, doctor. So any words that you would want to share with the the fellow women entrepreneurs who are watching us, or even men who are watching us, before we can call it a day?
Yeah, okay. So what I actually want to tell everybody, success does not come in a day. That's for everybody. You have to really work for it. And what is success? Success அப்படின்றது எல்லாரும் don't relate success to money. It is not about money. For me, success is being happy, being content. Whatever can make you happy, content, that is what success is all about. So ultimately, life la நம்ம பண்ற எல்லா விஷயங்களுமே is towards your own personal happiness, personal content. That is what matters. If you are a very content and a happy person, you can be a good mother, wife, or socialite, whatever it is. So another, find what makes you happy, be happy, stay happy, always work towards your personal happiness. That is not being selfish. People think like, எப்பயுமே giving away இருந்துட்டு இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறாங்க. No, you have to give yourself too. So unless and until you are a happy and content person, எந்த ஒரு ரோலையுமே உங்களால கரெக்டா பண்ண முடியாது, be it at home or at business. So find your own happiness. Once you find your path, it's a very nice travel.
That's a wonderful way to end our very inspiring. It is a really an inspiring session with you, Dr. Anandi. And
Thank
for
you.
people who are watching this and people who have missed it also, this episode will be streaming on the YouTube channel of Ink That Matters. So any day you need an inspiration or motivation as far as your personal life is concerned, or as far as your business life is concerned, please head to the episode with Dr. Anandi on Ink That Matters YouTube channel, and you will definitely drive inspiration. She is actually an inspiration to all the women out there, be it a housewife or a businesswoman, or people who want to get into the social activities, or who want to give it back to the society. People think I'm very busy and I won't be able to do all the the other work, or I won't be able to do justice to the the social activities that I want to do. She is a classic example. She is a dentist, she's an entrepreneur, she is also a busy socialite, a mother of 2 kids, but still she finds time to give it back to the society with all the wonderful social work that she's been doing. Hats off to you, doctor, and thank you so much. And thank you so much for having joined us today and having inspired us all in these a beautiful Wednesday evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shireen. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I hope I've inspired at least one person. I think that will solve that will make this interview a very purposeful one.
That first one person has to be me. I'm actually charged up right now. Thoroughly impressed, with the way that you have, told about things about life, about, the dental health. Seriously, even I wasn't aware that, dental health is so much, of importance in our life. So hereafter, even I will, go ahead and take care of my dental health and will visit the dentist every 6 months.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Doctor. And people, this episode will stream in the YouTube channel of Ink That Matters. Please go ahead and watch it, and you will definitely get all the inspiration you need. And that's Dr. Anandi for you. And thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Bye.